All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash, the bond to the apostles, others, a great millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. This is Aratazah, once again from the Great Millstone GMS Atlanta camp, with another quick video. All right, Lord willing, I'll be as short and concise as I can. But this was a just a topic I was thinking about earlier. Because currently we're reading through the book of Acts in our camp. Now I haven't gotten this far yet in the book. We're starting from chapter 1, reading through. But this is a thought that came up, man, and I started to put it two and two together, and I was like, damn, that's that word makes a lot of sense. And basically, the word I want to bring out is the word schmooze. Okay, as you see there at the top. But basically, when you read the dialogue between the Apostle Paul and King Agrippa, which is basically it's an account that a lot of Christians who comes to mind, this guy Vocab Malone and his peers, all right, they like to go to this account to try to try to boost their narrative or their argument that the heathen nations can basically receive the same benefits or have the same outcome as an Israelite, as far as the kingdom of heaven and all of that stuff, which they're totally wrong on that. All right. The scriptures don't teach that the heathen nations could be saved. All right. It speaks about the Gentiles. It's speaking about the Israelites that were in the Gentile state of mind. And the Apostle Paul was not trying to basically win this guy over. All right. Being King Agrippa. And what came to mind was basically, I'm gonna get into the scripture in just a second, but basically what made me want to do this video very briefly, when I was younger, all right, I used to work at a supermarket, right? And they were training me to be a cashier, which I totally hated, hated being a goddamn cashier, but whatever. I said, all right, whatever, y'all gonna train me to be a cashier. And the lady that was training me, this older white lady, she was like, look, sometimes you got to know how to schmooze the customer, and that's the only thing I remember she told me, Slakia. That was the only thing I remember that she said to me, man. She said, you got to know how to schmooze the customer. Because those of us that have worked in, customer service jobs and positions, you know that you're going to get those customers that are rude, they're mean, they decide to be an asshole that day. And they basically want to make your job difficult, and they want to make your life a goddamn living hell just by being a goddamn demon. So you gotta know how to schmooze them to basically put them at ease. You might tell a little funny joke, or you might talk to them in a certain way to where they lighten up, and they actually, you could basically use a way with words to where they don't escalate and things get all crazy, man. Like you see on these different videos of people wilding out in the store and throwing things. You could talk to them in a way to where you can basically calm them down, and kind of, cast out that spirit, so to speak. That's basically what the Apostle Paul did, man. All right. He was schmoozing King Agrippa. He was talking in a way where, because remember, all right, we're going to read the account. Apostle Paul, he was about to be put to death. Okay. He was about to be put to death, man. So he had to move, and he had to come in a certain spirit to where he was putting Agrippa and that panel of devils that was up there. He had to put them at ease. All right. Now I'm going to go to this word right here. It's a funny word too. Schmooze. Okay. It says what? This is talk with someone in a lively and friendly way, typically in order to impress or manipulate them. It's a good time to put yourself forward, to network and to schmooze. All right, then it says here, the noun, a lively and friendly conversation, typically one conducted in order to impress or manipulate others. And that's basically what the Apostle Paul did with this goddamn devil, man. King Agrippa, he was schmoozing. He basically was playing him, man. He wasn't trying to convert that devil to the truth, because in the very next chapter, all right, or not chapter, but the very next book, in the book of Romans, he quoted Malachi, the first chapter, which we know says what? Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. So having that in mind, why would he then go and try to convert this devil to the truth, man? No, he was playing him or putting him at ease, Slakia, putting him at ease so that he can skate out of that situation. And again, this is, a topic that brothers have already hit, but I thought of that situation, when I was young, learning that job, and that lady told me that it kind of linked up. Now I'm gonna read a little bit from this, and go ahead and sign off. It's Acts 25:1. It says, now when Festus was coming to the province after 3 days, he ascended from Sisera, from saying the right, to Jerusalem. Then the high priest and the chief of the Jews informed him against Paul and besought him. Right, so they was already, these wicked Israelites was already putting in his ear like, look, this guy Paul is he's bad for us. This guy need to be put to death, man. It tells you that in the next verse, verse 3, and desired favor against him that he would send for him to Jerusalem, laying wait in the way to kill him. But Festus answered that Paul should be kept at Sisera, that he himself would depart shortly thither. Let them therefore, said he, which among you are able, go down with me and accuse this man, if there be any wickedness in him. So they was planning on putting Apostle Paul to death, and Apostle Paul knew that. So having that in mind, he's like, damn, how the hell do I get out of this, man? And let me see. The part where they call Paul, Apostle Paul, a pestilent fellow. Let's see. Might have skipped past it, or might be in the next chapter. But the part where they call Paul a pestilent fellow. So they was giving this man, Apostle Paul, a bad name. Basically, he was setting him up to be killed. So him knowing that, he had to schmooze Agrippa. He had to talk to him in a way where it would appease, it would calm him down. Because it tells you when you read, let's see, damn, I just had it. We said they came in with great pomp. See, that's why the Apostle Gabar said when you read the scriptures, you got to extrapolate, man. You got to feel out the situation. All right. There we go. Acts 25:23. This is just to skip ahead when Paul was brought in. It says Acts 25:23. And on the morrow, when Agrippa was come in Bernice with great pomp. See? With great pomp. That's a very key statement right there. Okay? They came in proud, man. Like all so-called white people do. They in these, these judges, these higher ups, they got that look on their face. So it ain't like they was happy to see the Apostle Paul, man. They was ready to drop the hammer on him. All right. It says, and was entered into the palace of hearing with the chief captains and the principal men of the city. At Festus's commandment, Paul was brought forth. So it was a panel of devils up there, man. They looking down. They got that evil Edomite look on their face. They was ready to do away with the Apostle Paul, man. And Apostle Paul knew that. So what did he do? He schmoozed them. Okay? He played them basically, man. And it, going to the conversation, it says, let's see. It says, let's jump over. Right, so chapter 26 going to basically Paul speaking. Let's skip down here. Bear with me 1 second. All right, it says let's see. Let's jump down to verse 27. This is after Paul basically said what he had to say. It says, King Agrippa, believest thou the prophets? I know that thou believest. Right, Apostle Paul, like again, you gotta extrapolate, man. He was being smirky, he was schmoozing this damn devil, man. Then Agrippa said unto Paul, almost thou persuadest me to be a Christian. And Paul said, I would to the Most High that not only thou, but also all that hear me this day were both almost and altogether such as I am, except these bonds. And when he had thus spoken, the king rose up, and the governor and Bernice, and they that sat with them. And when they were gone aside, they talked between themselves, saying, this man doeth nothing worthy of death or of bonds, right? So he spoke in a way to where he was able to basically curve their, basically change their spirit, because it said they came in with great pomp. All right, they came with great pomp, and they was ready, because remember they already had spoke ill of the apostle Paul. Say he was a pestilent fellow. You had the wicked Jews and Israelites that put it in Festus' ear that the apostle Paul was basically wicked. So all of that going in, he basically spoke to them in a way where it changed their spirit, man. He was able to scare out the situation. 31, it says, and when they were going aside, they talked between themselves, saying, this man doeth nothing worthy of death or of bonds. And it says, then said Agrippa unto Festus, this man might have been set at liberty if he had not appealed unto Caesar. So that's the point, man. Apostle Paul was schmoozing them devils, man. Here's a scripture that brothers always go to. Proverbs 15:1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. See, that would have been the wrong time for the apostle Paul to so-called turn up, so to speak, and talking in an assertive, aggressive manner, because that would have stirred up wrath with Agrippa and the rest of them goddamn Roman devils, man. They would have that. This guy. See, they write about him. We gotta do away with this guy. But what? Apostle Paul, he used those soft words, man. He was schmoozing. Okay, I'll read again. Soft answer, Proverbs 15:1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. So that was the wrong time to speak grievous words to those Romans. All right. Proverbs 25:15. It says, by long forbearing is a prince persuaded. Okay. And it says what? And a soft tongue breaketh the bone. Okay, let's look at this word for by long forbearing. Let's see what that word says. Forbearing. Just kind of curious, see what it says there. Forbearing. Okay, nostril, nose, face, anger. Okay, long forbearing, suffering, countenance. It doesn't really give you much there. All right. By long forbearing. I want to look that up. I want to see what that really means. They didn't really give you much there. Let's see. Forbearing. Of a person patient and restrained, patient, tolerant, easygoing, forgiving, merciful, understanding, accommodating, kind, stoic. You see, so that's a certain type of spirit. That's the spirit that he was in a forbearing spirit. Okay, and being in that spirit, you see, it says calm, moderate, cool. You see, like how they say today, you're calm, cool, and collected. That's how Apostle Paul was with him, and by doing that, what? King Agrippa, he was what? He was persuaded. You see, and it said it. He said, "You don't persuaded me to be a Christian," but he was really persuaded to not drop that hammer on Paul's head, man. You see that? So it says, "By long forbearing is a prince persuaded, and a soft tongue breaketh the bone." Let's go a little deeper. Let's see what it says in these other translations. By long forbearance is a ruler persuaded. Oh, okay. See, patience can persuade a prince, and soft speech can break bones. So that's the point, man. Apostle Paul was patient. He was calm. He wasn't aggressive in his manner, because that would have probably more likely got him offered up to be killed, man. It's another one. It's a Sirach 9 and Sirach 9, I believe. Yep. Sirach 9 and 13. Excuse me. It says, keep thou far from a man that have power to kill. Okay, and King Agrippa, he had the power to kill those other Roman the higher ups, the so-called big wigs of Rome. They all had the power to kill. So really, he's supposed to stay away from their ass. But if Paul being in that position, what was he supposed to do? He's supposed to, basically schmooze them. Going back to the word of the lesson, so you can get out that situation. It says, "So thou shalt not fear, doubt the fear of death, and if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently." So Apostle Paul, he couldn't make a fault, man. He had to be on point with his speech. And it says, "Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, which is traps, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city." So you gotta be on point, man, when you're dealing with these, certain men that have this authority and ability to put your ass to death. You gotta deal with wisdom, you know. And man, that was pretty much the point, man. I just wanted to bring out that a quick little story. At a prior job I had when I was coming up, when I was a lot younger. I just thought that was kind of interesting. That word came back up to memory. Schmoozed, man. There's other examples in the scriptures of men of the Lord doing certain things, get out of situation. Like brothers brought out example of King David, how he had to play like he was crazy. Spit coming down his beard. That worked to where he didn't get put to death, or he didn't he basically got away scot free, so to speak, man. So you could persuade and you could manipulate in righteousness, especially if you're doing the right thing. Because Apostle Paul was doing nothing but teaching the word. He wasn't doing nothing wicked or wrong. He was teaching the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the gospel. And the wicked Israelites didn't like that. They wanted to offer him up to be put to death. So in that situation, yes, he had to lie, he had to manipulate, and play this damn devil, man. So with that, Lord willing, you was edified. All right, just wanted to bring that quick point out. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Bahashim Rachakwadash. Lord willing, to the next lesson, I say Shalom.